Hello everyone, it's Sippy Cup. I wanted to do a video on the new update, the new update for Starfarer. This one is 0.51a, which is the update to 0.50a. So some pretty good improvements this time around. Actually, the mod developer, or the game developer rather, Alex, has incorporated some of the changes that were in one of the mods that I showcased, that Tritachyon Station slash Gunrunner mod. So some of the big changes, and I'm just reading this out of the email pretty much that they sent out. Big improvements to the command system, so there's some new escort commands that you can give. There's some ship balancing. They slowed down some frigates and they sped up some of the larger ships. There's hull mod balancing. Basically, they added some kind of negative attributes to some of the really awesome no-brainer hull mods, and then buffed some of the ones that were a little bit weaker. There's two new orbital stations, so this is why I was saying it's kind of similar to the Tritachyon and Gunrunner station mod. They added a new one for the Tritachyon faction, and there's another new station that is a pirate station. I don't know. I know that when you had a hostile standing with either Hegemony or Tritachyon, you could still go to their station. So I can only assume that pirates will be the same way. Now let's see. Larger ships now need fewer experienced crew. There's some reworked surrender mechanics for post-battle, so it should be a little bit more difficult to kind of force capture, fleets of Paragon battleships and things like that. There's a few new medium-sized missile launcher weapons and a bunch of bug fixes and some other things like that. So that's not a complete list of changes, but it's some of the bigger ones that he felt like mentioning. So I'm just going to I had to start a new game. Unfortunately, the new update was not compatible with the earlier version, so I had to start a new game. I ended up with a Lasher, and my very first battle, I ended up getting to these Hound assault frigates. They had surrendered. It was kind of weird. Pirates had run into one of the Hegemony system defense fleets, and it looked like they had reduced it down to just one ship, but I guess they had a couple of Hounds in reserve, so I ended up getting these. So I was just in the process of purchasing some materials for my fleet, and I thought I would point something out. I don't know if I had done any of this kind of basic housekeeping type stuff in my earlier videos, but if you go here, one of the biggest questions I see asked on the forums is, how do I buy multiples of things quickly? Now, by now you may have figured out that you can just hold down shift and click on things until you get a few of them, but what if, say, you want to get a bunch, like in the hundreds? Well, the easiest thing to do is hold down shift, click, and then drag. You see, and then I can just do this. So I want about 100 or so, and there we go. Just drop them on there. Then I got my cargo, personnel, and fuel more or less maxed out, and I can just confirm transaction. And I can't afford any ships or anything, so we'll just go fly around a bit and see if we can't get into some trouble. So real quick, I'm just going to take a look at the fitting and see what I've got here. So this is my flagship, basically, the Lasher that I started with. I've got some Salamanders, light machine guns, and some assault guns here. And this is actually one of the things that they changed in this version. You can now zoom in a little bit further in the small class ships, like frigates. So it's a little easier to get at some of those tricky to reach slots here. And also, you didn't used to get weapon information before when you moused over a slot that was already occupied. You would have to click it off and then get this menu by left clicking. So now it's just there by default, which is pretty nice. The other changes, I believe now when you buy a hull from the station, it does not come with guns equipped. So actually this one didn't come with. I'm going to go ahead and throw point defense on there. It looks like when it blew up, it lost a weapon. Light dual machine gun. This is a medium ballistic hardpoint that did not. There we go. That would have been bad if I had gone into combat without these guns equipped. Alright, anyway, not optimal. I put a small weapon into a medium slot, but I guess I can probably afford something. Alright, I'm going to avoid this attack fleet. They're a little beefy. Actually, what the hell? Let me just quick save real quick, and I'll just go fight him. And I'm just flying around by left clicking, by the way. So I'll gauge this fleet and see how it goes. Oh! Well, that fleet kind of whittled them down a little bit for me. They're running, but they can't run fast enough. So they have two fire support destroyers left, and they're both at very low health, 12% and 18%. So I should be able to take this pretty easily. Take personal command. I'm going to set my LMGs to auto fire. I automatically deployed with my other ships, it looks like. I think when the engagements are relatively small, then you don't have to worry about your fleet points and things like that. So my guys have point defense weapons, so this should be fairly straightforward. I'm going to switch to missiles and not get too many of them shot out of the sky. Switch back to guns. Oh, it's gone. There we go. Very challenging. My engines seem to have been knocked out. Alright, cool. So, hey, I got another Lasher and a Buffalo fire support destroyer sabotaged. Interesting. They did manage to kill one of my assault frigates somehow, but that's okay. So I'll go ahead and board that one. Ooh, I lost all my Marines. Well, I didn't get that destroyer, but at least I got the standard frigate without a fight. So we'll continue, take all this stuff, and let's head back to the station real quick to get some supplies. So real quick, I'll show you the pirate station. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right here at Corvus 3A, which is one of the moons. And then the hegemony station is in the same place it's always been, and the Tritachyon station is over here at Corvus 5. Alright, so let's keep going back to the station, which is actually up. It's going the wrong way. So there's two ways to fly around. You can left click repeatedly, or you can just click and hold in the direction you want to go. And then you just left click on the station to go into it. So let's see, we'll trade real quick here. I need to get some more Marines since all my Marines died, so I'm going to get as many, let's probably get about 30 is probably good for now. Find that once you start making money and getting better ships, then it kind of snowballs, but for now I'm just going to get a few. And I'll sell some of the stuff I don't need. Missile launchers. And so we'll confirm this. Quickly, I need to check the fittings here and see if any weapons got destroyed here. So it looks like I need to fill the small ballistic turret and a small ballistic, yeah, so I need to try to buy a light assault gun to go along with this one. There's already a light machine gun there, so one light machine gun and one light assault gun to get that one back up to full strength. And then the one that died is the one that had this small weapon here, so I don't need to get anything for this one. Cool, so let's go back to the station here real quick and see if I can find what I need. So what did I say? One light machine gun and small assault gun if they have it. If they don't, maybe I can just get something else instead. No luck. This is another thing that they put in with the update, I believe. This is a small missile slot, but it's a single shot missile, Harpoon MRM, and I think that they have these single shot ones for a few of the different missile types. And I guess it's kind of good in some ways because it only takes one ordnance point, which is practically nothing, but then on the other hand, you only get one shot. I mean, I assume that if you had expanded missile magazines or whatever, you might get another one, but I don't know. So I can't get another light assault gun, so maybe what I'll do is buy two of these light mortars and just have two of those running in front. And then that's probably good. So I'll confirm that. Let's refit real quick here. Get this guy, we'll take off his light assault gun, we'll put the light mortar on instead. Light mortar. And then, let's see what I needed, a small machine gun for here. There, we'll see how that looks. And then this guy's got the Vulcan and the assault chain gun. Just going to reorder this. Another change that I forgot to mention before is that you can now, instead of having the ship that is up here in the upper left always be your flagship, you can now click on this button, designate flagship, and then choose a new one. And it's denoted by this star in the circle. So it's kind of nice. The reason that's cool is because of the way that crew assignment works. So when you have elite, veteran, regular, and green crew, typically they get allocated to your ships in order of, from upper left to lower right. So in other words, if I have like a capital ship and I have 100 elite crew and 100 veterans and whatever, if I put it up here in the upper left, it's pretty much going to put all of those elite crew members into that ship. There's really no way to kind of parse them out to assign just a handful of them to your capital ship and then some to bombers and things like that. So actually what you would want to do in that case, if you wanted to make sure that all your fighters and bombers had elite crews, which makes them very effective, would be to put all your fighters and bombers up here from upper left to lower right until you had them all filled up with elite crew, and then you would put your flagship, say here or whatever, and then manually assign it as your flagship by clicking this button. So that would be the preferred way to set up your fighters and things. So, alright. I guess we'll go flying around some more and see if we can get in some more trouble. I'm not going to mess with any of the independent mercenaries for now. Or Tritachyon for that matter. I want to stay in their good graces for the time being, so I'm going to go find a few more pirates to fight. And since some people had gotten on my case about pausing while I'm just flying around, I will let you see me flying around. Very exciting, right? Let's see. I'm going to quick save real quick, and maybe I can go dart into this station and see what they have here. Ooh, hidden pirate base. Let's see. So, lots of weapons. Yeah. Bomb bays are now something you can buy. Bomb bay. And then, let's see. Cluster bomb bays. Cool. Yep. Some veteran crew there. Some marines. Let's see what kind of ships they have. Lots of fighters. What kind of frigates? Wolf-class frigate hull. So it still says the weapon mounts there, but I don't actually see the weapons on the ship, so I assume that that's just a holdover. The text down there in the lower left, as you can see, it says, oh, I see, it's just the slots. It's not even the weapons, it's just the slots that it shows now. Okay. Destroyers, again, empty holes, so they sell Buffalo and Condor cruisers, they sell Dominator and Venture, and then, oh, hello, Conquest-class Battlecruiser. Interesting. I'm kind of bummed out that I never got to use one of these, so I might have to cheat and give myself some money to buy this, because I've always wanted one. Wanted it bad. Alright, I'm going to pause for a moment and make some magic happen. BRB. Oh, I'm back. And look, automagically, 1 million credits. I don't know how it happened. It just appeared. What can I say? The bad news is, though, that now all the pirates are chasing me. I just want to get my conquest, so I'm going to try to fly around these guys and quickly just dart in and get it. Boop, like that. Alright, let's see. Don't mind if I do. But now I need some more crew. So we'll confirm that transaction. Buy some personnel. Hopefully they have enough crew for this. Let's see. I need quite a bit more crew. Lots of regular crew. There we go, that's more than enough. Alright, I do need some more fuel. Probably some more supplies. And then that'll be good for now. Oh, I need some weapons too. I don't even know how many slots this thing has. Let's see. Does it say on here? Try to fly away quickly before they catch me, because my ship is unarmed. I do not want to play with you. Leave me alone. Running, 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 running. I have no guns. Are they gonna go away? So the Conquest is kind of a midline ship in that it has slots that I think can be used for both energy and kinetic, or ballistic, whatever. This guy won't leave me alone. Juke him. Alright, so let's go see. They won't want to tangle with that big fleet, so maybe they'll peel off now. Alright, well real quick here, let's see what I need. I'm gonna designate my flagship as a Conquest, obviously. Refit this guy here. What do we got? Sweet Jesus. Okay, so we got large missile hardpoints, small energy. God, so many turrets. Sweet. So, okay, so we got some large ballistics, we got some medium ballistics, and basically just a ridiculous amount of guns. Cool. So I won't bore you with counting all these stupid things up, but I'm going to go to the station and try to at least get this thing partly fitted out. And if I can't find enough guns, I might go over to the Tritachyon station. But you see that it has both energy and ballistic turrets. One trick you can do, if you go to manage variants, you see how it says elite stock. You can try to load this, and then at least in the previous versions, here we go, it usually tells you what you're missing. So you can kind of take a screenshot or just sort of pay attention to what it says. There's a lot of burst PD lasers. You can try to count them. There, let's just do that again. If you click on load, it basically is trying to equip these things, but you don't have them. So how many burst PD? 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost count already. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I think there was 4 Mjolnir cannons and some... Let's do that again. 4 Mjolnir cannons, a bunch of heavy burst lasers, and some Cyclone Reaper launchers and things like that. So let me see what I can afford. Well, I can afford anything, but let me see what I can actually get here, and then I'll check back in a minute.